Oh, oh. Pirate Style Jitsu here. Ow. Okay, I'm nursing a wound to my stomach because I had to commit seppuku because I deleted my live reaction to this chapter on accident. So yeah, I kind of went a little overboard. I kind of did the Japanese thing. Seppuku is mentioned in the chapter, so I just like, you know what, I just took it from there. But I lived. It wasn't a deep cut, but it still hurt. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a review instead, since my live reaction was deleted. So we're gonna go through this thing page by page. This is not my live reaction, but it's gonna have to be good enough. The chapter is chapter 965 of One Piece, titled "The Kurozumi Clan Conspiracy." Here we have Capone. He took care of business with the Jurors Pirates. I know, big shock. They seemed really strong, but apparently now they're under the boot of Gang Beige, and maybe they'll join the Fire Tape Pirates. That could happen, maybe. So yeah, he handled that situation. So then we go through. We're still doing. Of course, we're in Odin's flashback here, and let's see. Yeah, he was like learning about the blues. Him and Toki are learning about the sea, like the South Blue, the East Blue, the West Blue, the North Blue, and of course, love appears to be blooming here, but she is a woman, so of course she has to fall in love with Kozuki Oden. And, he's a little oblivious to that, but Marco and Jozu and Vista sure aren't. They're definitely not oblivious to it. They're going, ooh. It was very funny to see Jozu, a big, tough diamond Jozu, going, oh, Oden has a girlfriend. So, yeah, that was funny to see. And then, yeah. So that was interesting, and we'll see where this love goes later in this chapter. But yeah, and then we also see later we see the Marines attacking Whitebeard's ship, and Odin wants to just decimate him right there, just like any other enemy. But Whitebeard has to explain to him that's the Navy, like they're part of an organization that kind of dominates the entire world. So you can't really, it's not as simple as just taking out a few of their ships. They're just gonna keep coming. So they just rather just avoid them. It'd be better to do that. But Odin doesn't really understand. So yeah. So then, but then later on, cut to 9 months later, where we have young Momonosuke being born. So, and his name's, he was always going to have a food name. Momo means peach, but he also was almost named Tamago, which means egg, and like Konbu, Ichikawa, Sukune, these are all food names, so all food that goes into Odin. So yeah, Odin is now a proud papa. So yeah, he's got little Momonosuke is born. And we also see Hiyori, his sister, is born in this chapter as well. So I believe she's 2 years younger than Momo. But yeah, so then after the birth of Momo, Izo is insistent on Odin going back to Wano, where the baby and his wife can be safe, and Odin can just become shogun already. Damn it! But yeah. But he's not into that idea, nor is he into the offer he gets from Whitebeard to become the first 2nd Division commander, because Whitebeard had decided to do the commander structure, the division structure in his crew, and he wants Odin to be the first or 2nd Division commander, but the first commander. Oh no, I guess maybe Marco would be the first commander, since that's what we know him as. But yeah, the second division commander is Odin, and he reluctantly accepts the position, but he, of course, does the Odin face. Ugh. But he accepts. And then we go to a certain ramshackle island where we meet a certain down on his luck 12-year-old boy, orphan, named Teach. And yeah, he's got a tear in his eye. Just like how we've always seen Blackbeard when we've always seen him a couple times as a kid, but we always see him like really sad and lonely and like poor as a child. So I'm guessing even by One Piece standards, when we finally get Blackbeard's backstory, even by One Piece standards, it's gonna be pretty damn sad. Maybe even the saddest backstory. But I guess Oda's just getting ready for that. Like, whew. I gotta get my sad muscles working for Blackbeard's backstory. So yeah, get your tissues ready when we get Blackbeard's backstory, but we don't get that in this chapter. He just joins the Whitebeard Pirates, you know, because he says he's got nowhere else to go, and so they welcome him aboard, and I'm sure nothing bad will come of that. But yeah, then we have more exploring, you know, Odin seeing the world with Whitebeard. And but back home in Wano, things are not going so well. We see apparently his father, Lord Sukiyaki, is not long for this world, and so the other daimyos like Yasu and Ushimaru of the Ringo daimyo, who might maybe be an ancestor of Zoro, we don't know, but yeah. So the other daimyos gather. And yes, he's appointing and acting regent in case he should die. And it's not one of the daimyo, it's his assistant, Kurozumi Orochi. And we learn here, well, the daimyo all learned his last name. They just knew him as Orochi, but they learn that his last name is Kurozumi, which seems to raise some eyebrows, like, wait, that sounds familiar. And so yes, he is made acting regent in Sukiyaki's stead. Why would Sukiyaki appoint someone like this as a regent, I wonder? Well, we learn in Orochi's backstory, or at least a glimpse of it, one stormy, fateful night, in some hidden shack near a cemetery, there's an old witch who's telling him some very interesting information. That Kurozumi, the Kurozumi family, was one of the daimyo families in the past, and Odin's grandfather, Sukiyaki's father, was the shogun, and he couldn't have any children. Him and his wife were unable to have any children, and so the question was who was going to be the next shogun after him. And so the other daimyos were vying for this position, including and those five. There were 5 daimyo families: the Shimotsuki clan, the Kurozumi clan, the Uzuki clan, the Amatsuki clan, which is Toki's clan, and the Fugetsu clan. So these 5 daimyo clans were all vying for the position of the next shogun. And a certain, the head of one of these clans took it upon himself to poison the heads of the other clans to make him look a lot more favorable as the new shogun. And guess who that was? Orochi's grandfather. We don't know his name, but he was the head of the Kurozumi clan in this era. And so I guess shiftiness and backstabbiness runs in the family. I guess the family crest for the Kurozumi clan is a knife in someone's back. Like, just God. So yeah, they're a very traitorous family. But he was discovered for poisoning the other daimyo. I think he might have succeeded. He almost succeeded, but he was found out and banished. You know, the Kurozumi family was basically ran through the mud after that. Like their family's credibility was just disintegrated after this. And so that's why Orochi, as a child, was destitute and just, completely down on his luck and poor. And so, yeah, but Orochi didn't know any of this. This is before his time. This old lady, this creepy old hag, is telling him this, and it's blowing his mind. And so, yeah, he doesn't take it very well. But he's this old lady has a plan for telling him all this, because she happens to have a devil. She has to know about devil fruits, but she has one, and she gives it to Orochi, kind of like Treble with Doflamingo, whereas like she's basically his benefactor, like his evil mentor. Like here's your devil fruit, and here's the plan, and she gives him. We don't see him eat it, but obviously this is the. She gives him the not the Hydra, the Orochi Mythical Zaun fruit. And so she gives him, that's how he gets his devil fruit ability. And she herself has a devil fruit ability, one that seems rather familiar for us One Piece fans. The Mane Mane no Mi, or the Clone fruit of Mr. Two Bon Clay. And so that was a very surprising to see, because I love that Oda did this, because I've always wanted to see more hints of past generations of devil fruit users, because they've been circulating, theoretically devil fruits have been circulating for centuries, and so there have been hundreds of thousands of users of each devil fruit potentially. And so I've always wanted to see like hints of like the history of like past devil fruit users, like who had the gum fruit like 100 years ago or whatever, and what did they do with the fruit, I've always wanted to see more. And I think it's been hinted at here and there, like in Impel Down, like there are these tunnels, like that's how you can secretly get around, and like that's how New Kama Land and level 5 can exist, and they steal food and they sneak around these tunnels. And it's because it's stated, because I don't think it's been confirmed, but it was confirmed that it was a devil fruit user that made these tunnels, but it's not confirmed which devil fruit it was, and it's either Miss Merry Christmas's devil fruit, the Mole Zaun fruit, or Morley from the Revolutionary Army, his devil fruit, which is I don't know if we got the name. I don't know if we got the name of that fruit, but it's like the push fruit. I think maybe that, or maybe not. We might not, but the fruit that lets him control the ground and move it like clay. So it's either that one, is one of those two devil fruits. A past user of one of those devil fruits created those tunnels in Impel Down. So like other than that, there hasn't really been any. I mean, except maybe like Mother Caramel. Obviously, we got to see her. She had the Soru no Mi before Big Mom, and we saw her use it a little bit. But other than that, there's not a lot of hint of past devil fruit users, of devil fruits that we know. So I'm glad that Oda is doing that. But I was thinking. I said in my live reaction, which I deleted, that it's interesting that it's the Mane Mane no Mi and not the Ninetales Mythical Zaun that Katarina Devon has now in the Blackbeard Pirates, because that would fit more, I think, with the whole Japanese aesthetic of Wano. And so it was interesting that, but no, it's definitely the Mane Mane no Mi. But so yeah, this old lady is this ominous evil old lady is a pretty cool little villain. She kind of when she shows her power, she turns into like from an old hag into a beautiful woman. When she does that, she kind of reminded me of Kaguya from Naruto a little bit. Like she's got this, like she gave me flashes of Kaguya, and like she definitely has that epic kind of villain. I mean, Kaguya was neither here nor there, but this old lady definitely has this like grand villainous quality to her. And so she's I'm interested. We don't find out her name, but I'm interested to find out who she is, and she's probably I heard a theory that she's probably Orochi's grandmother, but we'll see. We'll find out. She probably is connected. She has to be connected to the Kurozumi clan somehow. But yeah, I'm very intrigued. But clearly she died, obviously, because Mr. 2 has the Mane Mane no Mi, so she died at some point. But this was a long time ago, and she was already old, so that makes sense. But I still want to find out more about her. Orochi's Palpatine. But yes, so then we find out, and what I didn't catch in my live reaction, we finally explained why Oden was being so nice to Orochi and giving him money, and I didn't even catch this in my live reaction, but this old lady was using their Mane Mane no Mi to impersonate Oden, so like she was like turning into him, and that's why, and she, as Oden, she brought Orochi to Sukiyaki and suggested that he hire him as his assistant or whatever, and so that's how he got in the good graces in the Flower Capital within the Shogun's, court, and so that was a very interesting use of her power, very smart use of her power, I guess. So their wicked plan is afoot, and now. She even turns into Oden's father. So I guess off screen at some point Sukiyaki died, or they killed him and they got rid of him, and she just took his place. And so that's why Sukiyaki would appoint Orochi as the regent. And so she does that, and the daimyo don't really question it, and everyone leaves, and we see the two of them just laughing like and so yeah, that's her as Sukiyaki, and so yeah, that was, without her, the plan would kind of be in trouble. But she's definitely the mastermind behind this. So it's very interesting to find out that Orochi himself wasn't the mastermind. It was someone, he was kind of being manipulated, and so like this is all her evil plan, and he's kind of just reaping the rewards. And like for her, it's like revenge, and she convinces Orochi that it's for revenge too, but he gets to live large as the shogun. Oh, and I forgot to mention his father, Sukiyaki's father, obviously they finally did have a child, Sukiyaki, and so that's what stopped Kurozumi's grandfather from becoming the shogun, is the birth of Sukiyaki. And so in the eyes of Orochi and this old lady, Sukiyaki ruined their entire family's life, basically. They were supposed to be the shogun family until he was born. And so that's why they're aiming for the Kozuki clan, for revenge and all that. And so, yeah, they got their revenge on Sukiyaki because they poisoned him and they got rid of him. And we all know what happened to Oden. But, so yeah, they definitely, their revenge definitely worked for a while at least. But yeah, then, cutting back to the Whitebeard pirates, we see on the seas something's happening. Something's making the fish and the sharks go crazy. Like there's some terrible predator around, and and the Whitebeard pirates are like, what's startling the fish? What's happening? What's on that island over there? And there's an island, a small island off the port bow. And the Whitebeard pirates, they tell Marco to take a look, and Marco's flying around with his phoenix wings and stuff. He's like, oh no, I ain't going there. No, thank you. So, and then we get on this island, and the animals, the elephants and the tigers and the gorillas are running in fear. There's something on this island, something deadly, something powerful, something with an epic mustache and awesome abs. The king of the pirates, Gold Roger, and his men, the Roger Pirates. They're making quick work of some Marines on this island. We don't know the name of this island yet, but it should be in the annals of history, because this is the island where the Roger Pirates and the Whitebeard Pirates will have their final clash. Yarr! And so, I cannot wait to see next week. And we better see some real fighting too, Oda. Like I want to see. We didn't see much of Whitebeard and Odin's fight. But we need to see a little bit of this clash here. We don't even need to see Roger in action, really. We could just see. I'd be happy to see Rayleigh and Scabber Gaban and this fishman guy with a trident who I've never seen before in the Roger Pirates, and Shanks. I would love to see just all of them have some action against the Whitebeard Pirates. We don't even need to. But of course, I would love to see Roger. Or we all want to see what Roger could do. But I don't know if we can handle that yet. But so yeah, this was an amazing chapter. I had to do a review of it because I deleted the fucking live reaction. But yeah, it's just a lot of revelations and hype in this chapter. It's amazing. It's a really good chapter, and I can't wait to see next week. There's no break next week, so but yeah. So I can't wait to see. I want to learn more about this old lady, Granny Kurozumi probably, and I want to see obviously this fight between the Roger Pirates and the Whitebeard Pirates, and then we'll see, Odin still has to join the Roger Pirates for a little while. So yeah, we'll see where all this goes. And, I also forgot to mention. Hiyori was born in this chapter. Oh, I did mention that, but I think I mentioned that. But yeah, Hiyori was also born in this chapter, and they're both born on Whitebeard's ship, Momo and Hiyori. And it was stated that Momo was born in Wano, I believe, or like in Curry, but clearly he was born on the Whitebeard pirate ship, so that was something. But yeah, I just. Can't wait to see where it all goes. Did I forget anything else? Because this chapter is just packed. But no, I don't think I missed anything important. But yeah, so yeah, that's my review of chapter 965. I believe, right? Yeah, 965, the Kurozumi Clan Conspiracy, and it is quite the conspiracy. But yeah. That's just a theory, a conspiracy theory. Signing out.